Hello everyone, welcome to Full Moon Movies. There are some films that carry the weight of generations, and The Place Beyond the Pines is one of those. The movie opens with a character we think is the main story, and then it moves us beyond him. Now, this is a film about legacy, consequence, and the quiet scars that pass from father to son. Directed by Derek Cianfrance, the film doesn't rush to impress you with flash, but it lingers. It moves through time like a memory you haven't quite processed yet. Ryan Gosling plays Luke, a motorcycle stunt rider who returns to Schenectady, New York, and finds out he has a son he never knew about. In his own raw way, he wants to provide, but the way he goes about it, robbing banks, starts a chain reaction that changes multiple lives. Gosling plays Luke with a wounded intensity. There's a fragility beneath the tattoos and leather, a man looking for purpose, but without the tools to build a future. Now, what makes him compelling is that he's never romanticized. The camera never gives him a hero status. He's reckless, he's scared, but he's trying. And that honesty makes his downfall even more devastating. Then the story pivots. We are introduced to Avery Cross, played by Bradley Cooper, a rookie cop whose life becomes intertwined with Luke's in a moment of violence. Cooper's performance is restrained at first, but layered. Avery isn't just the good guy, he is haunted by guilt, caught between ambition and buried sense of justice. What the movie does so well is to show how the guilt eats away at him, how even success in the public eye doesn't erase what he's done. Now, it's a different kind of fall, not too loud but quiet and slow, and Cooper actually captures that internal conflict with a subtle strength. But the film doesn't stop there, it jumps ahead to the next generation, to Luke's son Jason and Avery's son AJ, both now teenagers. And this is where the title really starts to make sense. The Place Beyond the Pines isn't just a location, it's a metaphor for the consequences that lie just out of sight waiting. Now, these sons don't know the full history of their fathers, but they are living in the shadows of decisions made before they could really understand them. It's a heavy theme, but it's handled with care. Dane DeHaan, who plays Jason, gives a performance that is both tender and volatile. You feel his confusion, his inherited pain, and in the way he walks and talks, you see echoes of a man we met at the start. Cianfrance directs the story like a quiet storm. He let the silences breathe, he trusts the actors and the audience to sit in the uncomfortable spaces. Now, those pauses where characters try to figure out what to do, say, or say nothing at all these matters. Now, the cinematography by Sean Bobbitt is grounded and intimate, especially in the forest scenes and the suburban stillness. The camera is handheld, always close, always human. It's not about showing off, it's about observation. The art design reflects the economic reality of its setting. Nothing feels dressed up. Luke's smaller trailer, the police station, the high school, everything feels real, lived in. It's that commitment to realism that makes the transitions between time periods so effective in this movie. You feel the shift not just through makeup or age, but through the textures of the world changing around the characters. Mike Patton's score is haunting, it's not intrusive. It wraps around the narrative like a soft echo. The way music comes in and out of key scenes, especially the slow reveal of truths between characters, makes it feel like a whisper reminding you that the time is always moving and nothing really fades. The box office response was actually modest for this movie. It grossed just over 35 million worldwide against a 15 million budget. Critics were divided at first, particularly about the film's ambitious structure. Some felt it was too long or fragmented, but over time, The Place Beyond the Pines has gained a deeper respect from audience who appreciates its quiet ambition and emotional weight. The generational narrative might have seemed risky, but it gives the film something rare, a full arc of cause and effect without shortcuts. A common critic is that the third act, the teenage years, isn't as gripping as the first two, but I think that's intentional. It's not supposed to be dramatic in the same way, it meant to be reflective. The story slows because the trauma doesn't explode, it echoes. And those echoes are felt in the silences between Jason and his mother, or in the confusion AJ carries without understanding why. In some ways, the film reminds me of the movie Blue Valentine, another Cianfrance film where you see people try and fail to bridge their emotional distance. There's also a similar tone to Manchester by the Sea, where grief sits just beneath the skin. But Pines brings something unique, a story about how people who may never meet can still shape each other's lives. It's a film about broken men trying to make sense of their roles as fathers, sons, and legacies. And that's why it stays with you. Now, thanks for watching Full Moon Movies. If you have seen The Place Beyond the Pines, let me know which part of the story hit you the hardest: Luke's fall, or Avery's guilt, or the sons trying to make sense of the pieces left behind by their fathers. And if you haven't watched it yet, be patient with it. It's a slow burn, but the kind that leaves a mark. Now, this movie is a must watch.